Howdy folks, my name's Casey. I'm here to take you on an awesome leg of the Everglades Challenge. This is from checkpoint 2 to checkpoint 3, which is Chokoloskee to Flamingo, Florida. All right, and to give you a quick visual overview, if you're watching on a big screen like a TV, you'll be able to see this pretty well. But on this map is a green line that runs pretty much the exact same course that we take through the Wilderness Waterway to Flamingo. And as an overview, we leave Chokoloskee, battling strong winds and currents. And shortly after we leave, Calypso and Riverslayer catch up to us, and we will form a 5-person group all the way to Flamingo. On the first day, we make it to Darwin's place, which is a nice little beachy area, and we hang out there for a couple hours and leave so that we can catch the high tide at the Nightmare and pass through there. It was crazy, a pretty cool little spot going through there. Tired and worn out, we make it to Shark River Chicky, which is a little platform chicky just big enough for 5 people to cowboy camp on. Then after we rest there for a couple hours, we press on in strong following winds and following seas across Whitewater Bay. And Whitewater Bay lived up to its name. We had huge waves in there. It was crazy. Somehow we all survive and we make it to Flamingo in one piece. But I think you'll enjoy this video, and let's press on. We are doing this through the Wilderness Waterway, and we're gonna do something called the Nightmare, which is this little section that can only be done at high tide. It's gonna be awesome. But right now, it is becoming low tide. So we are about ready to leave and push on out of here. So enjoy the trip. Well, goodbye Chokoloskee. Thank you, checkpoint captains. And that's SpongeBob on the beach doing emergency repairs. This is where I saw him last year too. So I hope he gets it fixed, and we'll see him in Key Largo. Coming around the point of Chokoloskee now, and you can see the wind blowing across the bay. It's white capping out there. So we're in for a ride. Alright, so we're hugging the shoreline to get out of that wind, giving us a little bit of break, getting over just over 2 miles an hour this way. Try and inch our way along, see if we can find some good coverage. Maybe the winds inside the waterway will be less, so that's the plan right now. Yeah. Found Lopez, which is a little landing spot here. We're gonna get out and take a little break. Oh, I see a picnic table. That's nice. And a lot of water. There's a little picnic table back here too. Looks pretty cool. Oh, I'm so tired. So we're back on the Wilderness Waterway, pressing on, see what kind of mileage we can get. And we decided there, we were trying to figure out if we wanted to turn around or keep going. And none of us wanted to be the one that says we're pulling out, so yeah, we're going. It just started sprinkling, had a little flavor for the day. Alright, this is really pretty. Yeah, this is the stuff I like. The mangroves, pretty green trees, everything's so nice here. Blue skies. Having the wind at our back for this bend in the river is really nice. That is crazy. Small problem. When I was at the last checkpoint, I filled up my hydration bag with water from the checkpoint, which is fine. It's hose water, but it's fine. When I put it in my kayak, I clipped the hose to it, but it didn't seal, and the salt water that was in the boat mixed with it. So I'm trying, hopefully I can pull fresh water soon, but it's been brackish for a long time. So, but if that's true, then that's 3 liters that's unusable. That's not good. We're gonna be out here for a long time. I need that 3 liters. I don't know how well that's gonna show up, but there's a rainbow right there. It's gonna be another beautiful South Florida sunset. Look at that. Oh man, those colors are awesome already. We're still a half hour away, 45 minutes away. Picked up a couple more. There's Calypso. What's your name again?
Rod.
Rod? All right.
And yours?
Casey, but Salty Moose.
Yeah, and we'd have a really nice group in White Springs for awards and all.
Yeah.
But I'd had an idea for a long time to run a swamp to Gulf race. And finally I just said, hell with it.
All right. Just made it up to our campsite. What spot is this?
Darwin's place?
Darwin's place. And just enough room for 5.
That's pretty cool.
All right, it's 2 a.m. and we are leaving Darwin's place. Ready for another day's adventure. Here's a little tip for future challengers. Mike has a bike light mounted on the bow of his boat, and it is leading the way so nicely. It's almost like it's daytime up there. Yeah.
And last year I went to Italy with the dragon boat team, and this is 6 feet.
Here we are, all grouped up still. Sun's coming up. Beautiful day. We've logged in 13, 14 miles this morning. But yeah, we've been making really good time. We were expecting to have much windier conditions than we have right now. So it's coming, and it's going to be 25 mile per hour winds here pretty soon, but we're taking full advantage of the calm water for as long as we can get it. But we're all kind of pausing to take pictures because this is beautiful sunrise. We're running a little tandem line here through a narrow shortcut pass to get over to Broad River. It's absolutely gorgeous back in here. Lots of wildlife. Nice and cool too. we're in the shade half the time. This morning is not like I expected it to be at all. It's so nice. All right, so we're in the Broad River. We're taking it nice and easy. We only got about 4 miles to go, and we don't want to be too fast. We want to get the nightmare when the tide's coming in, and right now the tide's still going out. So you have to do the nightmare with the rising tide. Otherwise you'll get stuck in there, and that's no good when you're waiting for a whole tide cycle. But everything's looking good for today. The wind's starting to pick up. The storms are supposed to hit, or the high winds are supposed to hit here in a couple hours. Cool to look deep into the mangroves. Trying to find like mounds of usable land in there. So pretty. Beautiful Broad River. Mike over there lounged out completely. We're starting to slow down a little bit, just enjoy the ride. This is the Broad River campsite. It's got this ramp that's really hard to get in and out of, but it's got a portalet and then a table up there. But as a campsite, not good if you have like a sit inside kayak, maybe a sit on top. You might be able to maneuver out onto that pretty easy, but well, that's that. All right, well, here we go. This is the turn into the nightmare. We're waiting for tide to start coming back in before we head up in there. Look at my fingertips. They're worn through. It's crazy. I don't feel like I'm using my fingertips either. Apparently I am. All right, we are going in. So I'm second in line since I got the sharp chine on the bottom. I need to know if there's logs that we're going to bump into, just so I can not flip when I hit it. I can brace for it. So Tom's up ahead, leading the way through here, and then everybody else is behind me. And we're just going to push on through. Enjoy the scenery. Hopefully see some wildlife. But we're at low tide right now. So we got the whole cycle to get through here. What's that?
Did you hear that sound?
No.
Good. I was hitting myself in the head with my own paddle.
Really? Well, I had the camera running, so I have to replay that. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, so you get through the nightmare, you're like, oh, cool, and then you paddle for a while, it's a couple miles, and then you get into it again, and it's, like I said, I'd take it through.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, that'll get me there, so.
I know. It's baffling. Maybe at higher tide. That just seems like an exercise in frustration.
Can't even tell that there's a way through. Which way did he go? I see bubbles. Looks like he went wide. Yeah, somebody made it through with a TI, which is pretty impressive. They had it all broken down, I guess, but cut on a seat. Yeah, we need a little more water. You can see how low the tide is still, the mark. So we're about 3 feet from high tide. Looking down the channel at Tom there. Yeah, Tom's let me borrow his ZRE paddle. This thing is so lightweight. I barely feel like I'm holding anything. I'm jealous. When we passed the mile marker signs on the post, Tom was singing the bottles of beer on the wall. Verses for each number. Pretty funny. Ooh, this water is getting pretty skinny. There's a log under us. And another little Y to snag the bow. It appears to be the end. I think we survived. We survived the nightmare, and I did not flip out of my kayak, which is a huge success for me, I think. All right, this is going down Broad Creek after the nightmare. We can hear the winds above us ripping. Not too bad inside this little canal that we're in, I guess. At least there's shade in here. Makes it feel nice and cool. So Broad Creek is taking a little bit of effort to get through. I had to switch back to the single blade paddle. It was too twisty through there. So. It's the Harney chicky. Looks pretty nice.
You gotta work on that audition so you can get some vocal roles in the band.
Man, it's just demoralizing. We've been going against this current for hours, it feels like, just moving at about 2 miles an hour. Wore out. So ready to stop and get to the chicky. Hopefully it's around this bend. Yeah, today's been less than 40 miles. It's only been 38.2. The first 15 miles were pretty easy. After that, they've been a struggle. Physically demanding. Okay. Alright, here's a current that we can work with here. There's the chicky. Isn't that crazy? All that work. Man. I'm about as tired as I can physically be. I'm afraid to move, like to try to get out of this thing. I'm gonna cramp up. So bad. At least we made it.
I promised them beer.
Key lime pie works.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone got some?
I'm actually craving a salad. I want a chef salad or a chicken Caesar salad.
All right, well, it's I think 11ish, and we are leaving ahead to Flamingo. Yeah, the chicky was really buggy, lots of mosquitoes. That slept for about maybe 20 minutes out of that. A good rest though, good to lay down and stretch out. And the sky looks awesome. So we're halfway across Whitewater Bay, and the winds are ripping at probably around 20, causing a little bit of whitewater. And we're taking shelter in the lee of one of the Midway Islands. Just take a little break, mainly for me, so I can get the water out of my cockpit. These guys are all still dry and fine. That's what I get for using this kayak, I guess.
No.
But they should. I got.
I'm gonna get a little video of Dr. Mike over here.
This is a full service kayak team.
Right.
That you guys are hooked up with.
Do it all. This is great.
I'm gonna let you use your hands on it.
Okay.
Sorry, I got it ripped open. Just.
Yeah, Mary got out to use the restroom and scraped her leg up, so we're cleaning it up real quick.
So that I don't get flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah, no flesh-eating bacteria.
Do you want anything to cover it?
Um.
I got super glue. I got Neosporin. I got maybe some band-aids.
Oh, I might.
Yeah, some Neosporin would be good just to
Yeah.
have that
Alcohol
protective.
wipe or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antiseptic wipe.
Antiseptic wipe, and then get some Neosporin on that to kill off all the bacteria.
Yeah.
All right, so we're almost done. The last little leg of the trip across Whitewater Bay. And we had, for a little bit there, whitewater on top of whitewater. Pretty rough. Now it's not too bad. Once we get away from the lee of the island, it might pick up again. But had to bail my cockpit a couple times. But it's not that real squirrely stuff. It's been pretty manageable, luckily. How well all this will show up. Make sure I stay with the pack. All right, I can't film. I gotta right with the big rollers here. Whitewater Bay is a pretty fun deal. Alright, so we just made it across Whitewater Bay, and that last about 2 miles, mile and a half definitely, but was insane. Massive rollers, braking all over the place. Everyone's talking about it right now. Tom's gonna get a screenshot of the wind graph because it was insane how high those waves were. So, but somehow we survived, and just up going through the canal into Flamingo. So, all right, well, I got to paddle and catch up because they're drifted off. One thing to note was watching Mary's boat go completely underwater when the waves would hit it. Like, she would ride a wave or the wave would come over, but her whole boat would be underwater. It's the craziest thing to see. And my boat was getting submerged too. I had it over my spray skirt. So it was a wild ride out there.
I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Our arrival into Flamingo has quite the crowd. That's awesome. It's almost like a victory. Those are the worst for the fans. So, there you go, sign in. All right, folks. Well, that was a very interesting trip. The Whitewater Bay was just something. So I'm glad that's over. Glad we all survived. Nobody flipped out of their boats in that madness. It's so steep and crazy waves. But I'm still here at Flamingo. We kind of chilled for a little bit. I took a shower. I went and ate. I took a little nap, and we made the plan to leave tonight at 6 to shoot across to Key Largo, taking the twisty route. Seems the best path for right now. The winds are still really strong, and they're going to stay strong and kind of taper off. So anyway, thanks for watching, and please watch the very last of this series as we make our way to the finish line. So see you next time.